Hello students, welcome back. In the last session we have studied about adapter classes in Java. We, we have studied that how adapter classes are useful in event handling. In today's session we will discuss about inner classes in Java. Inner classes, as the name suggests, are declared inside the other class. Okay, so let's start. As I've said, an inner class is a class defined within other class or even within an expression. So inner class, basically it is a class which is defined inside the other class. If you remember, we have studied about the nested classes and inner classes in the core Java sessions in the last semester. The links about the nested and inner classes I have already mentioned in the PPT at the bottom. You can see, you can visit these links to get more information about the nested and inner classes. We will not be discussing in detail about the inner and nested classes here, but we will discuss how inner classes are useful in event handling. So inner classes, as I've said, are used to logically group classes and interfaces in one place so that it is more readable and maintainable. Inner classes will make your code more readable and maintainable. You can logically group your classes into a single entity by using inner classes. Inner classes can access all members of outer class, including private data members and methods. So inner classes has access to all the data members of its outer class. Even the private members of an outer class and methods can also be accessed. Again, there are some exceptions to it. Once you go through these two links, session 37 and 38, you will get to know about it. Okay, so this is about the inner class. So let us see how inner classes are helpful in event handling. So we will go through an example program. I'll use the program that is with a button. We will create a program which we have already created though. So again we will create a program like this. We will have an applet with a button and with one label. So what we will be doing here is, whenever I click on this button, some text, that is, I'll display here button is clicked on this label. Okay, and this we will do with the help of the inner class. So event we will handle with the help of inner class as well as non-inner class. Now if you ask me, up till now in the example programs what method we have used, in up till now all the example programs we have used an inner class method. We have defined a class within a class to handle an event. To handle an event we need to create a listener class, I said. If you look at those listener classes, all those listener classes are defined within the main class. So events are handled by using an inner class in our example programs, but it is not like we have to handle the events by only using the inner class. We can even handle the event by using the non-inner classes, but using inner classes are more helpful, and it makes, as it is said, it makes your code more readable and maintainable too. So how it is helpful, that we will study here with the help of example program. Okay, I have opened a notepad++ here, and if you look at this, I have a file here. So this is a skeleton, simply a skeleton. In most all of our applet program, this is needed. The code which is included, almost this is needed in all of our applet program. In this we will make modifications to create our example program, as I have said, a button and a label. So first I'll name the class as okay, I'll say inner demo for this, inner demo, because we are trying to create this class by using we are going to handle event by using an inner class and also by using non-inner classes. So first I'll show you handling events by using non-inner classes if I am not using an inner class, because up till now the examples which we have seen, in all those examples we have used an inner class. So first I'll go through the program where I'll say outer demo. So by using an outer class, how it can be handled, that I'll show. Okay, instead outer I'll just say button demo itself, button demo, button demo 1, because I already have a file with the name button demo. So button demo 1, and in the HTML code also I'll just paste the same name. Okay, so as I've said, in this program we need a button and a label. So I'll create here a button, button b1 is equals to new button, and on the button I want text that is click me. Okay, button is created. Same way I'll create a label as well, label L1 is equals to new label. I'll just say text the label. Label, as we know, I'll just declare this label outside in the class section, only declaration, whereas initialization I'll keep it here in the init, because L1 we want to access L1 from outside, because we have to display some message on the L1. So L1 is declared outside. So we have created button and a label. We need to add these two, add button on the applet screen by using add method. Same way add label on the applet screen by using add method. So it has been added. Next we need to handle an event. So here we will not be using an inner class, we will be using a separate class. So this is our main class, as you know, button demo, and this closes at this point. Outside this we will declare one more class, class my listener. Okay, my listener. So as we know, to handle an event we need a listener class. So we are creating a listener class now outside our main class. Okay, so my listener implements, as we know, whenever you create a listener, it should implement a particular listener interface, event listener interface. So in this program we are going to handle an action event on button b1, because whenever I click on the button, action event is generated. So to handle an action event, your listener class should implement action listener. So action listener. Okay, action listener class. And as our class is implementing action listener, this listener class should provide or should override a method. Which method? The action listener interface contains public void action performed. Action performed takes an object of class action event. Okay, so we have our handler class, that is the listener class, you can say it is ready. We need to register an event as well. In the init where we have created the button, we have to register an event b1 dot add action listener. In bracket we need to send the handler object here. So handler object is our class my listener. So we have to pass an object of my listener by using new my listener. Okay, that's it. So we have created the buttons, the label, we have added it, we have registered a listener, we have a handler class. Inside the action performed, so first without including the code inside the action performed, I'll just save the program and I will just check if the GUI is proper, if we are getting a button and a label. So I'll not include a code right now in the action performed. I'll just save the program. Okay, the name of the program is button demo 1.java. Okay, save it. The program is saved. Let us compile this by using cmd. Okay, cmd is here. Just we will go to the directory D because we have saved our file in D. So I'll say D colon. Now we are in D. Let us compile this by using a command javac file name, that is button demo 1.java. Okay, just wait for it. Okay, it is showing the error that is cannot find symbol my listener. It is not able to find the class with the name my listener. So let's check what is wrong in that. Okay, as we can see here, this is at this particular line, it is not able to find the symbol my listener. So let us check. So my listener, we have a my listener class here. Is there any difference between this my listener and this? Okay, yes, M, it has to be capital. So my listener, and we are creating an object of my listener here. Okay, let us save it again and go back, compile, just wait. Okay, it is compiled successfully now. So we will execute it by using applet VIEWER applet viewer button demo 1.java. Okay. Okay, now you can see our GUI is ready here. We have a button and a label. When I click on the button right now, nothing is happening because we have handled the event, but the thing is inside action performed there is no code, so nothing is happening. But inside the action performed, as I have said, what we have to do, we have to display some message on the label which is displayed there. So we will try to access L1 here. L1 dot set text. I'll say button was clicked. Okay, let us see. Compile it again. Now you can see it is again displaying an error at line number 41. Cannot find symbol L1.setText, or the error is for L1. You can see an arrow mark in the symbol section also. you can see variable L1. Error is for variable L1. So why it is giving an error to variable L1? I'm trying to access L1 in the class myListener, that too inside the method action perform. So where is this L1? L1 is declared in class button demo1. So can you access a variable which is declared in other class, that is button demo1, from inside myListener? So the answer is no. We cannot directly access the members of other classes. If you want to access the members of other classes, what you have to do is you need to get a reference of that class. Only when you get a reference of that class you can access the members of that class, not without the reference. Now to access L1, we should have a reference of button demo1. How to get a reference of button demo1 is we need to send a reference when we create an object of myListener. When we call this myListener, we have to send a reference of button demo1 to myListener. So how we can send it? Inside this myListener constructor, we have to send that reference. We can send a reference only by sending this. As we know, this represents the object of button demo1. So when you send this here, that means we are sending a reference of button demo1 to myListener class. Now in the button that is myListener class, we have to receive that reference here. If you look at the myListener class, have we declared any constructor here? No. But we have to declare one constructor here now, because while creating an object of myListener, we have used a constructor which is taking one value. Value is the current class object. So we have to receive it in the constructor here. So we have to declare a constructor here, myListener, and this constructor takes one argument of type button demo1. So we have to receive it button demo1. I'll say B, object name as BD. Okay, BD. So we are receiving it here, and we will store it in the local variable. This reference BD, which we have received in the constructor, we have to store it in the local variable, so that that can be used in any of the functions. If I want to use that reference BD only inside the constructor, then no need to have a class variable here. But as BD has to be used from action performed, we have to have a class variable here. So I'll say class variable. I'll declare to store BD, I need a variable of type button demo itself. So we will declare here button demo. I'll say BD1. Okay, and inside that BD1 now, so I'll say BD1 is equals to BD. So the reference is passed from here, this is passed, this is stored in BD, and the same reference we are storing in BD1. So what BD1 has? BD1 has a reference to the class button demo1. So once we have a reference of the class button demo1, by using that reference here, that is BD1 dot L1. BD1 dot L1 means, that simply means button demo1 dot L1 dot set text is equals to button was clicked. Okay, and if I compile the program, you can see it is getting compiled. Let me execute it now. Okay, executed, and if I click on the button, now you can see it is displaying button. Actually it should display button was clicked. There is text, but it is not visible because of the size of the label. I'll just increase the size here. I'll just say message is displayed when button is clicked. Okay, save it, compile it again, execute it. Okay, default message it is displaying, message is displayed when button is clicked. So when I click on the button, you can see it is displaying button was clicked. This message button was clicked is displayed here. So this is how we can handle events by using non-inner classes. In this example program we haven't used the inner classes, but which method you feel easy, by using an inner class or by using a class which is not inner class, or by using independent class? The answer is S, by using an inner class, because if you use an independent class, as you can see in this example, you should get a reference of the main class, and only by having a reference of main class you can access the properties of that class. L1 is the property of the main class. But if we use an inner class, as per definition of inner class has access to all the properties of outer class. All the properties, even the private properties, can be accessed by the inner class. But independent classes cannot directly access any properties of the other class. So if the same program is converted into an inner class, then it would be more easy, and it is also easy to understand the program. So if I convert this into an inner class now, to convert this into an inner class, what I have to do is I have to just copy it from here. I'll just cut it from here. I'll add it inside the first class, that is button demo1. So this is the closing bracket of button demo1. So before the closing bracket, that is inside that closing bracket, I'll add the code. Okay, so now we have made it as an inner class. So my listener, now it is a inner class, and as it is an inner class, to access this L1, there is no need of any object of button demo1, because my listener class can access all the properties of button demo1 without the object. So there is no need of this. There is no need of a separate constructor also to have a reference. Even here there is no need to use a object name. Okay, while even registering a listener, there is no need to pass a reference of the current class, because the inner class can directly access all the properties of its outer class. So outer class of my listener is button demo1. So if I save it and if I compile it again, so compiled, let me execute this. Okay, you can see here, and if I click again, it is displaying button was clicked. Now we have seen here two methods, one by using an independent class and one by using an inner class. You can use any of the methods to handle events here, but as it is suggested, we have to use an inner class to handle the methods. Okay, I hope this is clear how inner class is helpful to handle events. In the next session we will study about anonymous inner class. There is one more type of inner class called as anonymous inner class, and that we will discuss in the next session. We will stop here. Thank you.